Broadcasting from Watts Creative Studios and live on Grove Street FM. You're listening to Cool Talk Live, brought to you by Brown's Heating and Air, with your host, Brandon Brown.
Hello. Good morning and welcome to Cool Talk. Thank you for listening, whether it's live on grovestreet.fm or you save us on all your podcast favorite applications, Apple, Spotify, Android. It's a beautiful day here in Bedford. Summer is finally kicking in, which is awesome. There is a couple events coming up that I said I would mention, and I didn't even know this was this week, but this weekend there is a Bedford parade for the graduates.
That's right.
Yeah, so if you are in the Bedford area and want to support and show your congratulations to all the graduates, it's this Sunday at 3 p.m. It starts at, let me look on here. I think I see the event. It looks like it starts at, if you attended the year, it's the same as last year. All Bedford County High School graduates, which is Stanton River, JF, private, and homeschool. So if you don't know about this and you're not in the school, private and homeschool or in Liberty are all eligible. You will arrive in your own vehicle with your family. They'll drive you. You decorate your vehicle, put your name, your posters, wear your cap and gown. You'll ride throughout the whole parade in the car. So it's not a walking parade. You're going to get in your vehicles, your trucks. The parade ends in front of the courthouse. Then please be sure to ride legally at that point inside the vehicle. At this point, the parade is over. So check out last year's pictures and page. So it goes through the town of Bedford. Businesses along the parade route, please consider decorating and having your employees standing out and ready to go. So it looks like it's going through the actual town of Bedford. So if you're a Bedford graduate, and that's good that they included the homeschool as well and private. So if you don't have kids that have heard about this in school, show up Sunday. It starts at 3. So there is a page you can ask and call the schools about it and see where you need to be and what time. And congratulations to all graduates that are listening, college, high school. I know, can't believe it, but 22 years ago is when I graduated.
Dude,
what was yours, Woody? How long?
I graduated in 99.
Oh, so 23?
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
It's like turning 40. Remember, you don't bring it up after you did it.
Man, I turned 40 last year.
Yeah.
And then I've got a birthday next month, and I'm already like, I don't even want to.
We don't count anymore after 40.
I don't have any numbers.
No, you're just going to be 40
ish.
A.
Yeah.
40A, 40B, then you can.
That's what I am.
So, man, 20. I'm just thinking about it. 20.
Man, the other day I saw a meme that said they showed like what we think a vintage car is.
Yeah.
And they showed one from the 80s, but they said what a vintage car really is now. And it's like an early 2000s. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm not ready for this. I'm not. No, that's not okay.
So I graduated, so about 99, you were 99, I'm 2000, 22 years ago, 23. The biggest, and I'm just Googling now because I wanted to see the biggest things that happened or were in fashion in 2000. Yoga pants became like huge.
They've hung around.
They've
hung around.
They're holding.
They've lasted.
Low rise jeans.
Well,
what is this? Capri pants, dresses over jeans became popular.
I remember that.
Huh.
That faded. That
didn't last long. That seems a little hot.
Thank goodness.
Man, that's crazy.
Man, it doesn't make you just like,
man. I'm trying to see what else we had. You had tank top with bra straps showing. Said between 2000 and 2003 was the peak of that.
I remember this. You remember everybody was frosting all the guys frosting their hair tips.
Yeah.
Blonde. I remember that being a thing. And then I tried it, but I didn't want to spring for the actual hair salon.
Yeah.
So I took the stuff you used to spray. It's like peroxide, I guess. And when you were out in the sun, it kind of, So when I did have hair, okay, which I did at one point, everybody, I did have hair. It was so black that I had to use like 3 bottles. So the first bottle just turned it like orange. Like, it was just like,
you're like, oh no, what?
Ridiculous.
And then you eventually get it to.
And then I went too far, and then I had to shave my head, and then that was it. That was.
We're not doing. Yeah.
Last time I had hair.
That didn't last long.
Nope.
Also in the 99, 2000, Sony released PlayStation 2.
Oh, I remember that.
Man,
I remember that. Gran Turismo.
Are we only at PlayStation 3 or 4 now?
We're 5.
Oh, we're at 5. Holy God!
I stopped at 2.
Woo.
I didn't do any more after that.
Let's see. Whatever. The Millennium Bridge, the new Millennium Bridge across the. That's a real bridge. I was thinking of the. We had the Summer Olympics in Australia. In 2000. This is in the United States where they had the final Peanuts comic published in 2000.
Yeah. Oh,
wow.
Really? Oh, wow.
I didn't think it was that long. We had a fuel protest with the UK. Now we got fuel prices through the roof.
I spent $71 this morning filling up, and there we
go. The worst snowstorm in history hit UK. The lifespan in the U.S. was 77.5 years old. I wonder what it is now.
What is it?
Look at that up. See, this is 22 years later now. Tiger Woods became the youngest player to win a Grand Slam in golf. Man, and he's been around a while. So this is crazy. So he's gonna look up the average age now in life for 2022. maybe we've learned some things.
It changes every day.
Yeah.
79.05 years.
So we've added 2 years to our lifespan.
Yeah, it's 8% increase from 2021. Well, that's good to know.
Even with all the McDonald's we've had in 22 years.
The government just wants you to live long so you can pay taxes longer.
Yeah. They're starting to really give us the good medicine. To help us out.
The preservatives. They're putting the preservatives in everything.
But that's crazy. So congratulations. Anybody's graduating, I know it's definitely a good feeling. Good luck on anything. Everybody you're planning, good luck in college, good luck in your work field. Whatever you decide. And that's an awesome accomplishment.
The good years are ahead of you right now.
Yes, yeah. I didn't think so when I graduated. I was kind of depressed, but
I was ready. Like I hated high school. I was so ready.
Yeah, I liked it, but I didn't really have to. I don't know. It was fun for me. I didn't have to do much for some reason. It didn't feel like I did.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I think I had to. Yeah, I think your wife helped. I paid her several times to help me with homework. So a couple of my grades. I can thank Laura and a couple of them.
Thank you, Laura,
for
making
if you're listening, Laura. Thank you for
today.
because you helped me. I would still be in high school without their help. The 22-year-old
poor Brandon still roaming the halls of
the 22-year-olds. I'd be a 20 like how college has 5th year seniors. I'd be a 20th year senior.
20th year. That guy, he's still here.
Just give him a GED and get out of here. But awesome. That's good. Congratulations again. The parade is this Sunday, 3:00. So if you're in Bedford County and graduating, decorate your car, get your signs, and drive through the town and through the parade. Here comes a train.
There's a train parade right there.
We'll see what. This shouldn't go too long.
Hey, speaking of trains, you do have.
We're going to play a train commercial right now and go into our next segment.
Hello. We'll be on the line shortly. From all our team, thanks for calling to learn more about Trane Heating and Cooling. Everyone knows it's hard to stop a train. But it's not just about never stopping. It's about never settling. Always moving forward, revolutionizing, again and again. The way we make our spaces more comfortable, more livable, and each time asking one simple question. What's next? That's how we've been a leader for more than a century. Because hard to stop doesn't just mean our products can keep going. It means we will too.
That was perfect timing.
Man, hard to stop a train.
It's hard to stop a train. Make sure you call Brown's Heating and Air and Plumbing in your Central Virginia for your needs. One thing I was going to talk about today, a lot of people listen here are business owners or pretty, hopefully, are looking into the business field, talking about graduation. And one thing we like to talk about, when you're looking for your place of employment, look for somewhere that have the same core values and mission statement that you like to live by. And being in business now, we're in our 16th year. I never really thought about it on a public view. I've always known where I stand, where our values stand, where our customer service stands. And you always think, as long as I know what I'm standing for, people see it. But if you're own a company or you're starting to build a company or you're looking for a company, you need to find the main core values for your company and put it together into a mission statement that your company is about, that you can teach your employees, teach your supervisors, so that they live They live it professionally, they live it personally, and then they live it for your company that grows because they're living your core values. And if you think about it, just step back and think about it. If you own a business right now, what is the why? Why do you do what you do? Not what you do, but why do you do what you do? Do people really know why you do it? If it's just about the money and that's all it is, then that's all it's ever going to be about. And you're really, to me, are not going to grow a very well rounded, successful business. Because if you think about it, years ago, and it makes sense, Henry Ford said, you must build a business that's on more than just money. A business that makes nothing but money is a poor business. So that comes to core values. How do you treat your customers? How do you treat your employees? Do the employees, know it? Because then when you know your core values, you know what your company is going to be about, your mission statement, then you're going to hire people that fit that mission statement. Because you can't, if you look on people's websites now, no matter what company you go to or want to use, everybody's going to put we're the most honest and affordable and best company out there. But you really can't teach, you know, some of these traits. You've got to find people that live it. You can't teach the honesty and love trait that people show to customers. They're going to be, whether, a person that you hire is either going to be that person that you want to live through your company, or they're not. If they're not, are they teachable? Can you teach your mission statement to your employees so that they show it every day naturally, not without having to put on, or act or something, because that will get seen pretty quick, in the public eye. Yes, they talk about this and that, but I see the people out, they're not living what they say they do. So that's one thing you need to do when you're building a company or you're trying to get your company back on track. One of the exercises that we did, you get everybody in a room that works for you, give them a piece of paper and tell them, write down what you think, several words that describe our company in your eyes. Write down the words, and then we're gonna post them up on a board and try to group them together. Is it loyalty? Is it hard working? Is it community? Is it honest? Write those words down, and then you will see pretty quickly in this exercise what one your employees think you stand for, and then you can know if it's something that are they seeing that in you? Because if, as the owner of a company or a supervisor, if you're living it, then the employees are going to see it and they're going to accept it. It's a whole lot easier to get if someone messes up in your company. It's a whole lot easier to get on them about what they need to be doing if they already understand how they're supposed to do it, how they're supposed to treat people. If you don't explain this, if you don't build a core value and you let them know up front, this is how we act, this is how we treat people, and then they mess up, how can you really correct somebody if you really didn't show them the way? So, because 9 times out of 10, customers when they buy from you, they buy why you do it, not what you do. Just think about that for a little while. Why you do what you do. We go into a lot of houses and we're probably, and people tell us, I'm getting 8, 9 heat and air prices. 9 times out of 10, we'll get the job even as one of the highest prices because they see why we do it. They look at our history, our reputation, our customer reviews, and they see that we stand behind everything we say we're going to do, and from start to finish, the customer is first. So building your why will sell and build your business more successful in the long run than just what you do. Because anybody can just say, I want to do this and this is what we're going to do. And anybody can research it and you may, be successful for a while. But if you want to sustain a long business, if they see that your heart and your soul is in the why you do it, they're going to love your company even more than others because they buy into that as well. Customers want to have that sense of security, that sense of love, that sense of feeling that someone's there to take care of them no matter what happens. Because nobody's perfect. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail a customer every now and then. But how do you fix that? How do you show up and fix that mistake is really, the try and test of what a company will be in life. So get your people together, have everybody write down the keywords. Also, another exercise that I found works really good is if you've already collected some reviews in your company, Google or Facebook or wherever, go through those reviews over the last couple of years. And in the reviews, when people leave you a good review, read each one of them and write down the key words of each review that a customer says. This company was great to work with, great communication. This company was so great, fair pricing and honest and upfront. Write all those words down. And then once you get it, you want to create a mission statement that you live by. And when they think of your company, no matter what it is, they think, yes, that company matches their mission statement. That will get you, and that starts building a business that is worth more than money. Is once you get that mission statement, you get the employees on board, you get the customers on board, then it speaks for itself that you're going to be that company for life that you stand by. And it's all on, how you word it. You can word something like on a website that's just general. Like I've got two options here, and in what really sounds better if I had this on my website. We at Browns are honest and trustworthy. We put our customers first and love our community. We strive to be your number one. Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. It gets the words in there, but does it really, really stand out to you over competition? Or would you rather see something like this? Browns is here to provide a service that starts and ends with the people in our community. Our team uses a learn and grow mentality to always be our best personally and professionally, ensuring your satisfaction and comfort by our unmatched customer first experience. We start and end with you. So that's a big difference in just how you word it, isn't it? So, like, would you take the first one or the second one, Woody?
Take the second one.
It makes a big difference, how you word things. And a lot of companies you can put a generic statement out there, but if you're really wanting to even attract the best employees, let's say they're going to look for a job and there is, 30 companies hiring for that same position, same pay, and they go on your website and everybody has that top one or the first generic one, then it's just well, we might get them, we might not. But if they're coming in your door and you're providing this and they have that feeling of family and love and respect over all the others jobs they're applying for, you're going to attract the people that want to live that mission statement.
And I think that people now, especially with there being so many opinions and you're bombarded with so many news things, that politics, that people really are looking for authentic people and companies to do business with. And they can sense that. Like, I mean, because you know yourself, when you put a message out there, it's a genuine message. It's no sales pitch for you. It's how you actually feel. And I think that really does, from a marketing standpoint, that always resonates with consumers more than, like you said, just a quick tagline that's so generic that everybody uses it.
And then just say, buy now.
Buy now. Come by today for our sale.
You got to know the why. It's a really good video. I'll get the link one day to Woody to play on here. I didn't have time to find it. We had in a class of the week. It's a good link of a guy that explains the circles. It's 3 circles. In the middle is why you do what you do, how you do it, and what you do. And most people start their business philosophy from the outside in. What we do, how we do it, why we do it. Where realistically, you need to know the why first, because then you build around how you're going to do something. Why, if you know why you're doing it, and then you're going to build in what we do, and you work your way from the inside out. And that's when the successful businesses, are where they are, because they're going to present to you why they do it first.
Yep.
Because you can have a bus. If you're building a team, let's say, and you have a bus and it's all empty, except for the driver. You can't drive the bus for your business without knowing, what seats need to be filled and who to put in them seats. But each seat has to have a why, sales and marketing seat for your business. Okay, why we need this in the job roles. And then you put the who in there. Once you fill the seats on the bus, then you can drive your bus is kind of the example to success, because if you don't have the right people on the bus, your bus, it's going to take you forever to get where you need to go in business. And you'll always be fighting that constant stress.
And one of the funny things is, I know we talk about Chick-fil-A a lot, right? But if you're on TikTok, there is one universal truth. Okay, is that Chick-fil-A has awesome service.
Yeah.
So even if people like even they even
Yeah.
people that may not agree with the close on Sundays and they're more of a traditional company, everyone agrees with the attitudes of the workers and the mentality, and that is exactly what you're
Yep.
saying. Like it's just a universal thing. Even if you hate the chicken,
Yeah.
everyone admits, well, they're really on top of it and so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. You can't say you may not like the food, you may not like sometimes the long lines, but they still go fast.
They still go fast.
You
They still got a
still
smile on
you
their
don't have anybody to say you never hear anybody say I've had a bad experience.
No. I mean, they can actually, on a political and moral standpoint, just hate everything Chick-fil-A stands for.
Yeah.
However, they still admit
they were never rude
They're
to.
never- yep,
They were
everything's-
never. Yeah. They
they're
always
honest
had
and
a.
genuine.
They actually had a respectful, good experience, and that would take them back to that to that restaurant over others if they had the choice, because of their experience. And
Yeah.
you get it, Nate. I mean, you can be in South Carolina and get the same experience you
Same
get in
thing.
Lynchburg.
Yep.
And because they have their core values and mission statement. They teach it to their employees, and they must live it and abide by it. To make it, and they know that to make a successful business. So, and you're going to realize once you start kind of building your core values and your mission statement, you're going to start then realizing who needs to be in what seat and why for your bus. And then you're going to realize sometimes there's some people that you have that don't need to be on the bus at all. Because you're going to start realizing that this could be the black eye of your company, if this isn't fixed or taught. Because I heard a saying one time, a failing business doesn't fail because of who they hire; it's who they fail to fire.
Good.
So think about that. Your business is not defined or will fail because of who you hire. It's who you fail to fire. That once they're in your system in your company, and it's bringing it down, and you fail to fire them in time or make a change, that's going to bring them the morale and the business down quicker than just hiring somebody. Because everybody knows when you hire somebody, interviews go great, the first couple weeks go great. You really don't know till down the road if this person is fitting your mold for your company. And it's sad, but it is hard to, that's a hard decision, especially when if you're in a company, and I've heard people say this, man. Before it took me 3 or 4 years to let this person go. It was just such a hard thing, an emotional thing, and people couldn't. I didn't sleep at night thinking about it. But literally 2 weeks after that person was gone, you noticed the whole company changed.
Yeah. Yep.
So just keep that in mind, when you're building this, because who you hire, the right people, is who is out there for your company. They're the face of the company is when they're in front of the customer, when they're on the job. Sometimes people see you off the job and, what they do on the weekends. Hey, you did my heating and air. I think you work for Browns. And then, how do you agree with their lifestyles? Is it something that's you don't have to defend on a Monday morning or something? So you've got to make sure that whatever you put together, you're teaching your guys, you're telling them up front, this is how we're going to operate, or, you may not fit here. And they'll be, if they're a team player and they're the ones are right people, they're going to adapt to it and love your stance on it. So that's a good little thing about core values and stuff is something that we are learning a lot this year. I know like I said, been in business 16 years, but you never really had something for the employees to see written down. So we're working on getting that written down. That mission statement on our website and on the wall at work, and kind of teaching it to the guys so they know this is where we stand as a company. Everybody we hire, this is where we stand. This is how we're going to act, start to finish. And it's just expected. Either you can do it, and it should come natural because, in all honesty, the right people that you have, they don't need to be led. They don't really have to be led. If you hire the right people that believe in this, they do it automatically. And they believe in your system. They believe in where you're going. So, hopefully that helps everybody on that part. With some core values, mission statement. If you don't have one, get it. Try to get your team involved on building it. Build the words, and then putting the right words together to promote your business. Something different, especially if you're in an area with a lot of competition in whatever field you're in. look at their website to see what they're doing. Try to do something different, but that's still authentic and real to you as your company, so that when you're promoting it, that people see it, but they also say, yes, that's definitely that company. They definitely hit the nail on the head when they made that mission statement and core values. I see it in their people. I see it in their office staff, in their business. So that's cool. That'll be it today, I think. What do you think, Woody?
Well, you dropping some truth bombs on everybody.
Truth bomb. Oh, I do have to tell you, Woody.
Oh, yeah.
My dad told me he listened to last week's show.
Yeah.
And he agrees with you that me and you need bobbleheads. You said somebody creating some bobbleheads? He's like, that would be
all right,
hilarious.
Okay.
We need some bobbleheads.
We're on it.
So can you design a bobblehead?
We can design a bobblehead. Yeah.
That'd be neat. That'd be neat. We'll have to see.
Like
maybe we'll have some bobbleheads we can put on this thing on the when we start going live video. We'll have a bobblehead collection.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Me and Woody will be right here in the middle, just dancing along to the podcast.
Well, if your dad's listening to this episode,
yeah,
we're on it.
He'll be the first one to get one.
We're on it.
Me and Woody Watts and Brandon Brown bobblehead day will be coming soon. So, well, thank you for listening. We will talk to you next Wednesday.